There's a special case of cities which have a lot of travel between them, below about 500 miles of distance, where I think the Hyperloop would be useful. It is a special case solution.
The Hyperloop isn't just another transportation idea. It's a revolutionary concept that could redefine how we move. The hum was almost imperceptible, a low, steady vibration that resonated through the floor and into the very bones of those present. It was the sound of anticipation, the sound of possibility, the sound of a revolution waiting to unfold. Could a single announcement shatter the foundations of an entire industry? A whisper in the dead of night, a tweet sent into the digital void, and the world held its breath. Elon Musk, the enigmatic visionary, the modern-day Chapter 1, the genesis of a dream, breaking the speed barrier. The air was electric with anticipation, thick with the scent of nervous energy and expensive cologne. The Silicon Valley elite, venture capitalists with eyes gleaming with avarice, engineers who dreamed in binary code, and journalists scribbling furiously in their notebooks, all gathered in the cavernous Tesla headquarters. The stage was set. A single spotlight illuminated the sleek metallic pod at the center, a silent sentinel of the future. This wasn't just a machine. It was a symbol, a testament to human ingenuity. Elon Musk, a figure both revered and reviled, walked onto the stage, a sly smile playing on his lips. He was a man who had already revolutionized the electric car industry, dragging it kicking and screaming into the 21st century. Now he was setting his sights on something even grander, something that would redefine how humanity traversed the globe, the Hyperloop. For too long, Musk began, his voice echoing through the hall, resonating with conviction. We have been tethered to outdated modes of transportation. We are a species that yearns to explore, to connect, to transcend the limitations of the physical world. We dream of soaring through the skies, of bridging vast distances in the blink of an eye. And yet, our transportation systems have remained stagnant, trapped in the past, bound by the limitations of outdated technology and bureaucratic inertia. He paused, letting his words sink into the collective consciousness of the audience. Then, gesturing toward the gleaming pod, he declared, "This is the future of travel. The Tesla Hyperloop." The crowd erupted in gasps and applause, a mixture of awe, excitement, and disbelief. The Hyperloop, a concept that had existed only in the realm of theoretical physics and science fiction, was now a tangible reality. It was a system of pressurized tubes within which pods could travel at speeds of up to 700 miles per hour, levitated by magnetic fields and propelled by linear induction motors. Faster than any train, more efficient than any plane, and potentially more affordable than either. Imagine traveling from Los Angeles to San Francisco in under 30 minutes. Imagine crossing continents in a matter of hours. This was the promise of a Hyperloop. But the dream was not without its challenges. The engineering hurdles were immense, requiring breakthroughs in material science, propulsion technology, and vacuum systems. The cost of construction was astronomical, demanding billions of dollars in investment and the cooperation of governments worldwide. Regulatory hurdles loomed like a labyrinthine maze, fraught with red tape and bureaucratic delays. Yet Musk, ever the optimist, ever the visionary, brushed aside these concerns. He had a vision, a grand, audacious vision, and he was determined to see it through, no matter the obstacles, defending the status quo. News of the Hyperloop spread like wildfire, igniting the imaginations of people around the world. The sheer audacity of the project, the sheer brilliance of the concept, captivated the public. It was a David and Goliath story, a lone innovator challenging the established giants of the transportation industry. People were tired of the hassles of air travel. The long security lines, the cramped seats, the exorbitant ticket prices, and the endless delays. They yearned for a better alternative, a faster, more comfortable, and more affordable way to travel. The Hyperloop seemed to offer just that. The airlines, however, were not amused. They saw the Hyperloop as a direct threat to their business model, a dagger aimed at the heart of their carefully constructed empires. They had spent decades building their networks, establishing routes, cultivating loyal customer bases, and lobbying governments to protect their interests. Now, this upstart entrepreneur, this Elon Musk, was threatening to disrupt everything they had worked for. Behind closed doors, in mahogany panel boardrooms, airline executives huddled together, strategizing on how to combat this new threat. They launched lobbying campaigns, arguing that the Hyperloop was unsafe, impractical, and environmentally unfriendly. They poured money into advertising campaigns, trying to convince the public that flying was still the safest and most efficient way to travel. They emphasized the proven track record of air travel, the rigorous safety regulations, and the vast infrastructure already in place. They painted a picture of the Hyperloop as a risky, untested technology, a dangerous gamble with the lives of passengers. But the whispers of the Hyperloop, like a persistent wind, had already taken root in the public consciousness. People were starting to question the status quo, to wonder if there was a better way. The airline's carefully crafted narratives were beginning to unravel. Their arguments sounded increasingly hollow in the face of the Hyperloop's promise. The dance of innovation and resistance, a battle for the future. The battle lines were drawn. On one side stood Elon Musk and his team of engineers, a band of brilliant minds driven by a relentless pursuit of innovation, a desire to push the boundaries of what was possible. On the other side stood established airlines, a powerful lobby clinging to their market share, fighting tooth and nail to protect their turf, their profits, and their very existence. Musk, ever the master of public relations, ever the showman, used social media to his advantage. He tweeted updates about the Hyperloop's progress, shared videos of test runs, engaged with his followers, answered their questions, addressed their concerns, and built a community of believers. He painted a picture of a future where travel was no longer a chore but an adventure, a seamless, effortless experience. He made the Hyperloop seem not just possible but inevitable. The airlines, meanwhile, resorted to more traditional tactics. They commissioned studies highlighting the potential risks of the Hyperloop, focusing on safety concerns, technical challenges, and the potential for cost overruns. They lobbied politicians to block its development, citing environmental concerns, zoning regulations, and the potential impact on existing transportation infrastructure. They even launched smear campaigns against Musk and his company, questioning his motives, his business practices, and even his sanity. Cheppers grow louder, the public's embrace. Despite the airline's efforts, their well-funded lobbying, their PR campaigns, the whispers of the Hyperloop grew louder, echoing across the internet, in coffee shops, at family dinners, and in the halls of power. People were intrigued by the concept, fascinated by the technology, and excited about the possibilities. The Hyperloop was no longer just a pipe dream, a figment of Musk's imagination. It was a tangible reality, a future that was within reach, a future that people were starting to demand. Musk continued to push forward, undeterred by the challenges, unfazed by the opposition. He secured funding from investors, a mix of venture capitalists, tech giants, and even sovereign wealth funds, attracted by the potential for massive returns. He partnered with construction companies and experts in tunneling, infrastructure development, and high-speed rail to build test tracks in various locations around the world, from the Nevada desert to the plains of Texas. He was determined to prove that the Hyperloop was not only possible, but also viable, scalable, and ultimately profitable. First journey, a leap into the future. The day finally arrived. The day that would forever be etched in the annals of transportation history. The first public test run of the Tesla Hyperloop. The world watched with bated breath, glued to their screens, as the sleek metallic pod bearing the Tesla logo glided into the tube. The doors hissed shut with a pneumatic seal. A countdown began, the numbers ticking down, each second stretching out like an eternity. And then, with a whoosh, a barely audible whisper, the pod accelerated, propelled by powerful magnetic forces, leaving behind only a faint shimmer in the air. The journey was short, just a few miles,